from within. Angels and demons like Dan Brown. If you angling and scheming, stand down. It's arranged scenes, man, scripted, planned out, strange. We understand now how they ran the damn town. Came on land, handing out books, scriptural to literal. But if you question it, they got rid of you. Democrat, Republic, conservative, liberal. Who's ever tune you same party you attend is political. It's clear they rather have you vote the clear way. Controls the confusion, using a cavalier sway. Conspiracy theories get them for fear's sake. Most what they call history's merely hearsay. You offer salat or pray to them we'll pray. Since a lot of y'all woke, then let's hope this year make the year for a clear break. Angels language, devil's dialogue, anguish used to keep us languid within the tankage. Aim is to ensure we remain in language, brainless with no heart, cowards framed in anguish. This pain is tameless. I've earned the right to set ablaze the day and burn the night. I'm not an L-Bay or day, nor bright burn, but I burn bright. Yearn to fight the lion, done learn to write. What you feed the mind determines the appetite. Vibrate at my highest interference to the satellite. Like I've been little my whole life. Had to fight. Got foreigners and aliens in my battle site. On more Anazazi than Nazarite. Most you bloggers are babblers and acolytes. Now they y'all act alike. Society's in an uproar. Our people still bickering amongst each other as if the world isn't listening. Division is the tradition. I'm using supreme mathematics, subtraction and addition. Thing between Ukraine and Russia. Some are still enlisted. Just fictitious corporations, armed forces, and its mission. Not problem solving, but multiplying. Issues in a cult-like fashion. People in bulk dying instead of us unifying. You rather talk flick through an iPhone screen. Disrespectful with the comments where the I own memes. Mentality, reality, a cry, moan screen. Personalities of a Mark 5 drone or clone beam. Wait till y'all out with this next cyclone bring. The Queen Mother's throne king. I'm more enlightened now that I've dropped you. This might shock you, then again it might not. Yet I opt to. You move like how a cop do. I will think outside the box, you to stop you. What's a savage to the sacred? You like average, basic. Need more than your tablet and apps to combat with this creative. Deflate the hatred. I give love. If it's not reciprocated, no love lost. Straight my natural state is. And I'm not yet in my prime, y'all. This rhyme's called Angel's Language, Devil's Dialogue. You hit a firewall, the final call. It's your time to fall, my lighter. Blind them all. Let's not I be single with no further ado. I bring to you live and direct myself, tired as son, Kingo, doing my thing too. So, just know, I remember everything. And I'm coming for everything they owe. For sure. I keep.
Who's it?
We're coming to the end. Sadly, didn't get to where I wanted to be, but it's not about what I want. It's about the needs. We hear about want, get the fuck going. Hold on. Let me set those things and roll this out. What is it, Bubba? You already got your trees in there. All right. There we go. Not too much. For those who don't know, we had a couple of new subscribers. That's ToLU'S Z, one of our brothers. Facebook, TikTok, he's all over. Want to get his music out there, so if he gets a copyright, that's cool. I mean, if he gets his stuff with, with not copyright, but what you call it, produced, then I don't mind funds going to him. But as far as all the other music, fuck that. It might fall again, so what? Let's try those. This is a different canister right here. This is from one of my other masks, and it fits. They say some of them are universal, so I don't know. I'm not selling anything, and I'm not handling something I'm not supposed to. So, there's a lot of people who are pushing this this war fear mongering. As a lot of you know, if you was to Google video games, the majority of video games that come up would be some fantasy, death, gods, or I'm not going to start naming them. There's a plethora. Then all the other ones, when the war was going on, to cultivate the minds was war. Then you have this fake administration come in, and the only reason why they stand is because all the Republicans are fake. They're fraudulent. That's why I keep saying. You have all these 27 states standing with Texas, and then you have this fake Mexican bitch over here, and that's what she is, fake Mexican bitch. She's a jigger. She's a fake Jew, and I keep telling y'all they establish themselves in certain communities. She's not Mexican. She's not of original. Spanish blood was Negro blood. I don't care if all you Spanish people have a problem with that. Maybe you want to accept that polluted, diluted, fucked up blood. Then you can dismiss your ancestors. Somebody, I got African blood, you dumbass. All the earth was melanated, and that's to any one of you. Now, this bitch hijacked. It wasn't even a hijack. The only thing is that this candidate who's still fighting for that, knowing it was a hijack, she's not in the loop or the circle. She just got another fake ass Republican to step down, who's going to go to his bunker, because a lot of people don't know. A lot of these motherfuckers got bunkers. All right? You dumb niggas. It's the ones, I don't even know why I'm wasting my time. I just need to let it be. You motherfuckers don't repent or pray for yourselves or anything, and just let y'all get destroyed. Let y'all be like that bitch turning around looking back. Because you motherfuckers could have been together. You could have been learning in a way. You could have built amazing shit. And see, this is what they know. I'm not talking to you pale skins, so y'all can sit there and shut the fuck up. Y'all been obedient, ignorant ass slaves, not even knowing your past history and that's the majority of you, of the decency and everything else that come with you. Not knowing the numbers that created the war. And the first people to have chemical weapons tested on them were the original people. All right, the original fucking people. But because y'all are Cabbage Patch and orphans, taken, and those parents, a lot of them, not all of them, a lot of them murdered. They're going to give you the little slipstream story. Yes, the children in England after the mud flood, they were staying with so-called relatives. No, they took in everybody from the community, the ones that survived, and they stayed quiet because under duress, under fear of death. Those stories, the books are out there, you dumbasses. They took the lesser of the less. They corrupted you, gave you a fake narrative, a fake fucking history, and you bitches run around with it when our people still knew. How the fuck would I learn about Tartary in 1878? That Christianity was bullshit. Reading Frederick Douglass' writings. While you motherfuckers are being made to believe by these same bastards to call themselves Jews and everything else, that y'all were the Indians. Motherfucker, tribal and indigenous has something to do with the infighting that happened long ago. Before your fucking time. Okay? Right now, you have people that are melanated to the black ladies and black men. You stupid. Anyway. Some of you know this because you're just the same. But back in the 50s and 40s, even before that, you had niggas who made a deal to live a little longer. And a lot of them were broken and perverse anyway. If they would sacrifice their own. And y'all think that you think some of these motherfuckers didn't want to live to 80, 90, 100 years old and would sacrifice one or two of you motherfuckers? So if you had sisters and brothers that have died, well, there's your sacrifice. I don't give a fuck what they say, how they feel about it. Fake medicine and all that other shit. See, they believe they're in control and they can dissuade you and sway you to talk and communicate how the fuck they want. Man, the jab was bullshit. COVID's bullshit. Now it's made up some deadly chemicals, but I know the history of how our people was poisoned. From the West Coast all the way over. And if a motherfucker want to bring fake Jew site Snopes and fact checking about that fake ass sadist, Hillary Clinton's cousin that's established in motherfucking fact checkers with them fucking fake ass Hindu motherfuckers and nothing about this goddamn land, come and check. These bastards won't dare challenge me. They'll sit there and, oh, we're going to block, we're going to slow down. That's all the fuck you could do. Because what I say, I burnt that candle for a reason. So I hope somebody crosses the line. I hope somebody marginalizes the contacts and everything else. I hope the stupid motherfucker is suicidal. I don't want nobody to commit death. You know, I don't advocate violence. Don't have to. When you know things, really fucking know things. I'm going to read something to y'all this morning. It's out the Apocrypha. Now, the Apocrypha is not the real name. Anybody aware of that? That alludes to Greek, based on Phoenician. Yet it is not real. That is not the word. And when y'all do the research and you find it, then you fucking come back. Or you ask, when you come on my podcast, say, hey, Red, remember you asked that question? Look, listen to this word I find. And I'll say, oh, okay. I get so tired of this shit. We're gonna read. I was outside grounding. I'm doing this new regimen. I'm gonna share this with you before I take a sip of my lime green tea. Where because of my knees and my back, right? I'm doing this thing, and it's phenomenal. Where I do 10 to 20 squats with just 10-pound dumbbells on my shoulder. My friend, I let him borrow my kettlebells. Well, he's like, come and pick him up. He's in a wheelchair, so. He came here with his cousin and borrowed it, so I'll go over there and pick him up. Been over there for a year. I haven't been using my kettlebells. So I'm using dumbbells, just 10 to 15 pounds, 10, 15, or 20 squats, 10, 15, or 20 push-ups, and I'm just doing a regimen of 3. But then the most important thing is I'm meditating for a half hour, and I'm doing my own, as you know, Kram, Ram, Sham, Om being the less one for your crown. Crown doesn't mean a little golden thing sticking up on your fucking head, people. That's the perversion. This is your fucking crown, okay? Straight to the chrome dome, you know, to the crown, you know. Why they say royal crown? I mean, come on, people. Oops. I have everything set up, but I just... Whenever y'all do the because I had to be careful because it can be very destructive. I was doing the mantras, the calm, tom, hum, ram. If you get something that doesn't have ram in there, be careful. That is something that is not of benefit. Okay, just be mindful. Okay, so let me see if I can pull something up a little more. Frequency. Okay. Now, if you're dealing with Sanskrit, be careful there too. And my hair's looking crazy, y'all. No, it's all there. It's just the way it was laying down. When you're doing that Om Shanti and all that other stuff, be careful when you start messing around and you're not paying attention to what you really need to be doing, because you may be calling upon something on yourself or create more damage because you're not actually learning how to properly do it without harming or hurting yourself. Okay. Oop, oop. So okay, good. Because I was going to sit here and go through it all. You can go ahead and you can actually pull it up on YouTube. It just showed me that, and I just wanted to make sure that you can go somewhere, because you're not here with me, and I'm not going to be doing it over this. I already mentioned them before. When you start getting the calm, crom, rom, rom, blah blah blah. So you can definitely go there and be careful. Don't get into all that nom 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 shit. Don't. That's like going to church. Somebody talking about all that BS. Be careful, because your balance is important, and if you don't know how to sit there and close your eyes and then open them and see nothing, and allow yourself to balance out in your tone from your diaphragm, and find a center where your hairs don't always stand up on your neck, which is nothing but energy, because that can freak you out. Or and then finding out the proper tones. And then you hear that fluctuation. There's nothing wrong with that. When you look at an oscilloscope, the same thing as far as the 7-point arc, 8 hertz. It's the same thing, which is a tone you can't hear. You know why you can't hear the earth? Besides the fact that your tone is off, people think that 8 hertz is, you can't hear it. It's like the brown note. You can't hear it. It's cause and effect. It's a natural harmony. But I'm going to read something here. Let me pull this up. So when you get into mantras, be careful. Okay? Because there's spiritual, there's all physical, there's all kinds of different ones. But make sure you know which one you're doing. Okay? One of my favorites. I'm going to read it out too, because I feel it's important that I do this. So that way you have a place to start. And when it's dealing, and this is the very basic, this is not that stuff that goes beyond it. Now, some Hindu might be watching is going, and I'll tell them to shut the fuck up, because I know a little more. But Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Ham, Aum. Then that's when we get into the Om. People think it's the top. Om is what is it doing? It's like, you know what they say about the wattage, currents, ohms, when you check, like for those who went to air conditioned refrigeration or anything like that, working electronics, that ohm is that place where you can mitigate a little more balance. So you down here is the strength, but up here is where you find that place where it's beneficial. When you see our beautiful Ethiopian, the women get out there and they do you know what that's frequency? It's not just a dance. It's like when you see a bird doing the same thing, and a peacock with the feathers, plumage going down. All right? And then you see the men come around, and there's sounds. You probably can't hear it. But not only is it beautiful, and when they start, you know what I'm saying? And the same thing with the Maasai, before they start jumping. And the ladies, and the sounds, the vibrations. There's no 5G around them. You're off. And it wasn't meant for you to be off. But you were betrayed by a lot of worthless niggas. And you're still being betrayed by a lot of worthless niggas. Just like this one that wrote this book. Okay? He's a worthless. Billy Carson is a worthless nigga. Anybody telling you, when you start getting to Enlil, Anun, and all this and other, Enlil being a beneficiary and all this and other, outer space and this, that, and other, when you're starting to learn things, it would behoove you to know that these people are only passing a history that's been fictionalized. And because you're in such stress and dire and fear, because that's what's all around you. Instead of elevating yourself and seeking ascension, you will hold on to every religious ideology and narrative without knowing that there are beneficial tools within them. That's all I've been saying all the time. I respect Islam more than Christianity, but I know how the Hebrew language, or how the Ishmaelites, the Judeans, Atlanteans, whatever you may want to call them. Because see, before there was Enlil and all them sons of bitches, we came from somewhere else. I've been telling y'all that, and I ain't read all this crap before. I was big on Tartary, but all that crap don't mean nothing. This is knowledge I learned traveling. And then traveling, a lot of those cats in the 80s and 90s ain't know nothing about all this goofy shit. I got to be straight up to you. Because some of you want to, see, y'all think you know without being able to think that I have something to know. When I started reading these books because of certain niggas pushing this stuff, Masjid and all this other stuff, I said, well, hold on. I got a story older than that. All this shit. It's not saying something else is not out there. Why do you think we came here? Why do you think that we were betrayed by a certain group of individuals? When Atlantis fell, because people started becoming tribes, they started gathering the corners and asserting kings or dominion, khans, okay? That fight was created by something outside of us, but from within us. And there were things that were afraid to come and mess with us. See, this is what y'all don't know. And here it is. You're waking up, but you're being misguided by so many. It gets on my nerves. They want you to believe in the fiction as fact, but they have a hard time accepting reality that there might be some other things out here really attempting to assist you. But y'all hard-headed. I'm keep saying it until y'all get it together and y'all pack your shit up and get the fuck from where you're at. By then it may be too late, because you're still not attempting to ascend. And then I went out and did all this. I ain't brushed my beard, so I'm looking at it. It looks kind of shabby, but it is what it is. Look at that. That's real tea, baby. That ain't grass. That ain't that ain't lemongrass. No, this is real green tea leaves right here. This is the way it should be. 3 minutes is more than enough. I don't like going 100. You see the smoke? It's boiling hot, y'all. Yeah. When I used to be in Afghanistan, when the guys when it's very good, the old man go, I used to laugh. I'd be like, well, I mean, Iraq, I mean, like in Dubai, some of the Pakistanis when there's something good, like for the first time they eat that KFC chicken, and I'm sitting there looking at them, they're like, I'm like, okay, it's good, real chicken too. Let me go ahead and read this. Anybody donate? Appreciate it. It's Friday. I done this enough, so it is what it is. So we're gonna go into the complete 54 book Apocrypha. Now you need to know that this is the LSV. This is not the original Apocrypha. See, this is where a fake ass church and all these other bastards fuck up. These fake Jews and all of them. I say it because I know the history and I know who they are. Where somebody would challenge me. The complete 54 book of the Apocrypha, right? This is the LSV. This is not the original. It was no standards. There was no new standard and all this other crap that they want you to believe is supposed to exist. But I wanted to read you the Testament of Abraham. Just a little bit of it. Okay? Because when you read the stuff, they make jokes of it. It's the fake ass Jews that put the... Why don't you go and look at who put the stuff together? All right? To them, it's a big game, but the problem is they have become so delusional. And they think they have it. They think they really know. They don't know shit. Except for the perversions of the life. I was explaining to you about bloodletting, right? Bloodthirst. They don't know nothing except for what they've been grafted into. Their blood is tainted. Okay? It is. That's why it was important to taint everybody else's on. Make them scared some kind of way. Betrayal. One way or the other. Abraham lived the measure of his life, 995 years. To them, this is funny. Well, there's something been alive that long and longer here. Y'all just haven't seen it yet. Him, her, it, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And having lived all the years of his life in quietness, well, I could be wrong there. In quietness, gentleness, and righteousness, the righteous one was exceedingly hospitable, for pitching his tent in the crossways of the oak of Mamre. Look the word up. He received everyone, both rich and poor, kings and rulers. Isn't that who we are? The maimed and the helpless, friends and strangers. Now we have the broken, the perverted, the not unnurtured, raised by women, worst thing on the planet. I don't give a on this earth. I don't give a damn what you think and how you feel in your little liberal state of femininity and feminist ideology. No, you destroyed more men than you can even count. I wish a woman would open her mouth and say something because of what she went through. Shut the fuck up. Women have the power. Men protect that power. If there's no balance, you think I'm going to listen to you and your little disdain, disproportionate? We go to fucking war. We have to make the earnings. We have to hold up a certain stature. In the last 20 years, this fake government with these fake Jews have destroyed that. And you have played a deciding fucking part in it. And even going way back to the 60s. And drugs by this fake ass CIA, not all the participants, and FBI. It's all written there. Why is it that it's hard to accept and realize it? No, your little emotions and feelings get hurt, so you'll run to a bunch of goofy ass sisters, think you're doing something, and you ain't really doing shit but setting yourselves up for greater destruction. And you niggas, shut up. And that goes for the pale-skinned motherfuckers too. Y'all were just groomed to be fucking hereditarily stupid. Even on him, however, there came the common, inexorable, bitter lot of death and the uncertain end of life. They got to push that shit. Therefore, the Lord God, one and the same, summoning his chief messenger, Michael, said to him, go down, Chief Captain Michael, as if they really said that shit. But anyway, that's why be careful when you start getting shit like this. We're not going to sit here and go through the hijacks, but we're just going to keep reading, all right? But yeah, that's the hijacking of fuck. Anyway, Chief Captain Michael to Abraham, and speak to him concerning his death, that he may set his affairs in order. For I have blessed him. You know what the word blessed really means? I hope y'all really do. I'm going to use the words they have here, though. Blessed him as the stars of the heavens. In the heavens is only the sun and the moon. It's only 2 stars there are. Oh, man. Let's keep reading. My apologies. And as the sand by the seashore, and he is in abundance of long life and many possessions, and is becoming exceedingly rich beyond all men. Moreover, he is righteous in every goodness or godliness, as you are God's. Hospitable and loving to the end of his life, So hospitable has nothing to do with love. It's another character. It's one of those beneficial. Love is the answer. Benefit is one of the wonderful goodness and hospitality, and all those are some of the symptoms. Those are the good symptoms. Okay? I figured y'all figured that out when I was expressing that before, but for those who haven't. Hospitable and loving to the end of his life. But you, Chief Messenger Michael, go to Abraham, my beloved friend. And friend was never a term utilized. Anyway, and announce to him his death and assure him thus. Everybody knew when their time was up based on the time, based on that narrative of war and everything else. It was a sense. You will at this time depart from this vain world and will quit the body. Listen, you will depart. Listen, key. You will depart from this vain world, vanity, right? And will quit the body. Quit the body. He could have stayed. And go to your own Lord among the good. That means step back into your existence, your truth. This is an existence, but it's been perverted because it's supposed to be just magnificent, beyond the scope of your anything that you can even comprehend, only because you haven't existed or lived in it. Somebody said, why you go so hard about marriages? Because they're bullshit. Marriages is another form of conformity. Oh, you be all hyped up. Oh, man, I have my kid and everything's beautiful. I'll shut the fuck up. Women, you don't know the benefit of having several sisters with that same man and lift him on high to see what he's really capable of. The working together and the mutual agreement, no beating like you see these dumb Muslims in certain countries, and not in everyone, beating women. They can't learn and all this other dumb shit. Those are narcissistic, those are sociopaths. Their blood is tainted. They're not even touched with their souls. Because if they did, they would value the next. They have been scribed into the lies. Oh, don't worry, the Cabbage Patch thing didn't just happen here, y'all. That was to fuck us up. And then to set their own people in positions to believe they're us. And they did that around the world. Now, I've been there and I've heard people say, I'm a native Scot. I'm like, fool, you ain't no native Scot. You one of the motherfuckers, you don't know where you... It's not saying they weren't here. Obviously, they were taken away. The parents murdered. A lot of them were being taken care of by people who couldn't afford to take care of them. It was established by that fake first Jewish government that allowed this nonsense. Okay? It's historical. God damn it, I've been reading it. And nobody just can't put it together. That was chapter 1. I'm not going to read chapter 2, man. Unnecessary. I'm reading this book right now, and I'm just tearing it up. A lot of truth in there. A lot of truth. Then the New Testament, they added that when the New Testament was never about a part of the Apocrypha. I have the original one. I have the original Apocrypha. Some people remember me reading it on Facebook 14 years ago. I just got this. This didn't even exist back then, 14 years ago. This is how perverted these motherfuckers are. Monsignors and all them. I'm looking at all these videos, people saying, I'm like, why are y'all not feeding yourselves the truth of love and light? Why are you so dark? You embrace the dark. I have lived the dark. I'm going to get Batman about this motherfucker. Anyway. There's really no such thing as darkness as per se. Jannah, I say it means darkness. It means an empty, an abode of emptiness. Can things be put there that are fulfilling? Of course. But some people make choices. I'm always saying you have to make a choice. If you're always looking outside of yourself and you're contingent with not being able to sit with people, because you got to remember, we used to sit down and listen to our elders. That's how the stories were passed down. But in a time of fiction and corruption, it's easy to sway people elsewhere. And then you have a system that is to break the spirit of all children, to inoculate, not just by shot, but inoculate in the brain with a bunch of bullshit. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been pushing all this good. I saw a couple of books talking about oral sex with fucking 5 years old. And anybody thinking that's all right? And y'all allow this shit? That show me how weak and incompetent you motherfuckers are, especially you pale skins with your little dumb racist shit. And I don't give a fuck if you are ex-cop or whatever. A lot of you are perverse anyway. You don't even know the fucking law or the Constitution. Bunch of dumb naysaying motherfuckers. And then you got monkeys who are just the same hybrid motherfuckers they used to conquer before. They don't be unaware that they were conquered first. You think they'd be smart enough and angered and be like, well, we got to fight again. Motherfuckers don't even have a proper direction to fight. Right now, the very people who are attacked by a certain group of individuals have accepted the narrative for them to be trained by them same motherfuckers so they can fight you as if you was the problem when it was never you. This is how stupid people on the earth have become. And when people do wake up, when a lot of you are gone, they'll all go over there believing that's the place to fight and be destroyed. And those rest of those motherfuckers coming out the caves, they'll set up a new world, a sick one. It'll never be allowed. I'm just saying what's on the minds of these motherfuckers. Anything's possible. Why is it that the world ignores the fact that everything that everybody's running around with, we pretty much created? They came here because they couldn't really lock it in on a nuclear weapon, but we had those storages hidden. We had nuclear weapons. We had uranium and everything else walking around hidden. We used those weapons in ignorance. Fighting our own people, melanated, dumbass people. Yes, that's how the mud flood fucking happened, y'all. I'm tired of pale skins telling a fucking story they barely know about, and they always got a whitewash because that's the antiquity of the new antiquity of their narrative. Like, get out of that shit. Stop for once in your fucking lives. Everything you've built have been unharmonic, unbalanced, fucking broken, and everybody running around scrabbled the fuck up in the brain. And you think that's supposed to still, and while you're sitting on our fucking land, tear down our old beautiful mansions to build some bullshit, thinking you're doing something because they allowed you to get rich. You don't know the importance it is of having us around, you stupid fucks. The balance of the land and everything else. These motherfuckers are sick. And until you realize they're fucking sick, you're going to remain fucking sick. They have went into every damn melanated family and they've conscripted. When I told you from 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, making babies, look up how many children at 5 and 10 years old were having babies going back to the fucking, go and look. You know how many generations you can push out even at the death of the babies? Bringing a new child in, twins and triplets, something recorded in history that never existed. But y'all think you know every goddamn thing. They don't know shit. What was that? Andy, rather catch up whenever you want, beloved. What's going on? What's going on? Y'all just popped up. They actually allowed y'all to. I can see y'all right now. Holy shit! Usually it's just me looking at me, wondering what the fuck wrong. I can't even see my beard now. Thank goodness. I know it's all over. I didn't brush it, y'all. So excuse my beard, y'all. All right, it's mine. It's not permed or nothing. It's my shit. I know some people keep asking, is that true? Yes. God damn. I got a fro. All right. Fuck. Damn. People's weird, man. We looked all kind of ways. Like, wait, snap up out of it. God damn. That's for the person stop asking me that dumbass question. I'm gonna entertain them because it's just, I'm like, it just lets me know that people are still something wrong. Rondo, what's going on, beloved? What's happening, Nopke? APJR, good seeing you. It's been a minute. Herbo, Ocelot, what's happening? What's happening? What's going on, beloved? It's new. I hope you're feeling better, baby. Well, I know you are. Yeah, don't say that's not really white candle, baby. That's something different. Anyway, cure me out. What's up, beloved? What's happening? I am Baby Girl Slaughter. Grand Elevations. It's good to have y'all up in here. Nothing but love. Tians, what's up, beloved? I just want to shut y'all up before I continue on because I'm about to cut it. Equator 7, what's going on, beloved? Max V's, what was that? Steelers just had a combo with a European in the library regarding the reclassification of us to black, colored, and Negro. She claimed no knowledge of this reality, yet she deals with genealogy. Go figure. Well, because a lot of them are still fucking stupid. Just don't pay it no mind. Halito, Chuma, beloved. Appreciate it. Equator 7, I got you. Alicia and Cooper, what's going on, beloved? Anarilla, beloved. It's grand to have you here too, beloved. 7 grams, what's going on, beloved? Yeah, I was like, yo, I be checking out everybody's stuff. Curia had a pretty good one yesterday too. Y'all need to go on. Y'all need to really pay attention to what some of the work he's doing. Drop had. Did y'all check out the one I was specifically? I actually finished watching it. It's pretty interesting. I love how they put stuff together. And I went over to Lex Will, and I can see where some information is gathered at. But Lex Will's like me. I'm a person big on books, but I have a lot of old, very old books. The benefit of being in the 80s and purchasing books overseas in France and England and not supposed to bring them back. We had to put them in cruise boxes and fly them on the helicopters back to the ship. And just like the guns we bought over in, Pakistan, Palestine, anywhere we bought guns, Germany, whatever, back in the 80s. In order to bring it back in the country, we would have to put them in the cruise boxes, load them, because we loaded our own stuff as far as the helicopters, not fighter jets and all. Ordnance guys, with bombs and missiles, and especially when the nukes, depending on the Marines and everything else. In the Navy, mind you, we would just fly our rifles and whatever back in a big metal cruise box. I'll put this over here, okay? And I brought back probably worth thousands. I don't know. I don't put worth on any books, but I actually picked up books with no numbers, no dates. Well, and inside it would be like $675, and I'm like, is that $1675? And then I would see those buildings that are gilded, $675, and I'm taking pictures and pointing at people. Look at this. This building was built in 246. Niggas like, get the fuck out of here. I'm saying that's what it means. And they're like, you gotta be kidding me. And I take them into a little place, get a little, scone or a little piece of French bread, some butter on it with some rolls. You know how we get with tomatoes and stuff or peppers, and it's siesta time. And I go in the little mom and pop stores, and I'm going to the very back and dusting everything, pull out a whole stack of books, and say, I'm going to show y'all some buildings. And I'm showing these buildings. This is during the Crimean War. This is the war that ever was. And I'm showing them. These guys are like, how do you know this? Well, back home in Montclair, the library, they have a lot of books, man, that are old. And I used to listen to this old man talking about the old world, and my great-grandma, and I would be in there looking at these books. And that's why I get in trouble in school, because I say, that's not what it says in the book. That's fake history. I used to get beaten in school, and I used to get thrown out of class. There's people that know me. Be like, that boy was always arguing with them teachers, telling them they're liars, and y'all think I'm playing. No, I'm serious. So traveling, I got to see the real things. And then that's all of a sudden, go back, some years later, and all of a sudden there's a J and an I before, and then it becomes a 1. Now I'm saying, what? 1625, 1938, nigga, that was 930. What is this? Something ain't right. Not meaning that it was built a long time ago, but I'm saying there's either a difference of 1,000 years at it, and they had to catch up, or it's something else. Okay. As y'all know, I'm gonna get back to reading it, but right now I've got to finish up reading other books. A lot of things going on, so it's not like I'm just going to be reading, but there's a lot of things. People worry, so they come knocking. I still teach martial arts. Okay. Secure Mail gave me these 2 books. Some of y'all know the PDFs I have. Some are a little older, but they're excellent. They go inside with this. So I've been revamping it, looking at the Algonquins that fought Europe, named after the Algonquin Queen. All right, whatever you want to call her. Okay. Algonquin's a new narrative, just like my family of my father's side is the Chickasaw of the Choctaw, all right? And everyone pronounces it fucked up. And then on mom's side is Anahuia. I never heard the word Cherokee until went in the military. And all these motherfuckers talking about they were Cherokee. What the fuck is a Cherokee? But I knew about the Cree. I knew there was a Negroid, as far as the narrative, melanated, as far as NIGR people, and how they become the people that they are today. And it's just ongoing because this has been happening since the 40s. And people think I'm gaming. I'm saying, God damn it, all the pictures taken with certain, and this is a funny thing. And that's why I don't debate and argue with idiots who don't know nothing. All right? All the capital, all the pictures when the history was changing around, we're talking about when the West Wing was finished being built. Us repairing the Capitol and the Franklin House and all that stuff. It was more than that. That we repaired, even established by a so-called, they want to say more, a Negro. In these lands, we built this. We don't need the Bonacci. We don't need, what's the name, and all those other people to say who the fuck we are. We don't need to argue with mindless monkeys who have been converted. And it's no hate. The truth is the mindless monkeys. We call them, what we call them? Smurfs. Minions. Okay? Because they have a hard time accepting the truth of the light. Because now we have a bunch of ours running around, little fucked up hybrids, mitigated by destruction of the family and everything else. It sounds like hate. It's not. It's me speaking assertive, masculine, telling you what the fuck you need to hear compared to what they want to feed you. Because they keep chemically diluting and polluting and lobotomizing you. Okay? So I've got 2 more PDFs. I want the book. There's only one that has the book. The other one's a PDF. There's no book for it. So I want to read those in concert with this because it's phenomenal, all 4 of these books together. It's just, that's why I stopped reading it. I have to sit up at night, put my little half-ass reading spectacles on I don't need. You know, I see very well, but I'm damn near 60, right? And I'm just like, all this stuff together with them 2 books, it's out the fucking window. Do we have that much time? As far as I'm concerned, I speak power into the first. Yes. Does it mean for your safety? Yes. Okay? We're going to get back to reading these right here. Because I need you to look past, not this, but look past, and you have to remember. Any of y'all fasting, you know, water fast, you know when they say water fast, you know what that means? It means coconut water. And drinking no more than about 16 to 18 ounces a day. Did y'all know that? So whenever you hear people say water fast, the ignorant have you thinking H2O. H2O ain't nothing. Hell, you could damage your liver with that. Corrupt and poison, toxify your fucking kidneys. You think I'm lying? Do the research. Have you a glass of green tea to have a little energy, right? The poisons they're putting out here right now, I think a friend of mine in the medical field was saying, in the last month, the heart attacks have increased bifold, if you know what that means. I said, wow. So it's affecting everybody different. But the thing is, you saw what I did with those eggs. They sent me this, like, where's it at? It's over there. Like, they sent me an envelope where I can get 4 more things. I said, I'm not eating no eggs. I don't want your fucking eggs. Because you, like every other company, Ravioli and everything out here, I believe. I'm thinking, not saying I know, but based on what's going on, the corporate narrative of owning everything, out of your hand of growing, except for those who can grow stuff and butcher their own, the stuff they're spraying in the air, the rains, everything is different. Everybody's complaining about the snows being different from whenever they saw it because it is not what you think it is. You've had brothers and Pelskins working at these places pumping out these artificial clouds, going live. Now, you can't find them no more, but they've been pumping them out for the last 2 years, you know, saying, this is where we make the clouds that you see above you that's covering everything up. You've had people who whistle blew on what they're spraying out the back of them goddamn planes in certain countries, except for these monkeys here, you know, with this little fucking goofy here, because they're underground, like I said. And yet you think that everything is normal? How many of y'all read about in the 70s when they sprayed the coastline of California and how people started fighting and killing each other? Did y'all even read about that? I don't know what they did. They give you Tuskegee. They don't tell you about the prison. What they was experiments they were doing on people in there. You know how many islands there are around us? They have grand buildings and stuff on them you know nothing about where they do shit. Because every time you see a movie, you think it's the memories of, you know, these people are awesome the way they think. Squid Games, there ain't nothing fake about that shit. I had a very good friend of mine went disappearing. He just disappeared in Philly. Marine, homeless. And about 2 years later, somebody said, yeah, they think they saw him. And he had a nice car and everything. I said, what the? And this motherfucker worked out. This is one of them niggas that was homeless. He ain't miss a meal, and he was always at the stoplights doing them motherfucking 100 chin-ups. Like, this motherfucker had biceps, you know what I'm saying? But he also was a sniper. But he just, you know, there was no drugs. He just, I can't tell you what he did, because then I'll be telling too much. You know what I'm saying? 6'2", stronger than a fucking bull. Nigga back. I ain't seen him, but many people have. And they say he don't talk about nothing. I believe that nigga was taken away and he survived. Y'all don't get it, man. Y'all think this is a game. Only game is the fact that you keep playing with yourselves. They condition you to stand there playing with yourself. We can read all day. We can talk about all kind of shit. What the fuck are you doing? Because some people got some land and they happy. And that can be taken from them because they don't have the circles. They don't have the circle around them to protect them. But I say don't have no fear. Let fear itself. Remove it from your vocabulary. Remove the idea of death. Ascension is important, and love. You must know love. Now, they're the battle-hardened warriors. They're there. And ain't none of you. Trust me. Okay? You motherfuckers only know how to fight with yourselves. To better yourselves. It's like you got to keep repeating. Like, what the fuck means that? Nah, I know the old Bruce Lee saying, I don't fear the man that kicks 1,000 times. I mean, that does all 1,000 different, kicks. If I was a statement, I fear the man that kicks 1,000 times. Well, you know what I'm saying. It's like the motherfucker that goes to the door 100 times. And you sit there looking at him and you're not paying attention. What the fuck is he doing? He is, by measures, attempting to find the most perfect way to walk through that door. How many of y'all know that's how life is? To find the most perfect way to endure and not suffer and suffice in this life. To bring yourself to another level. See, that's the message that I'm here to help share. I'm not here for all the other stuff. Because y'all don't get it. You're really at your last. I'm not giving it energy. You're at your last leg. Because none of you don't know how to shit. The shit that I do, you would say, oh, that's real. Oh, shut the fuck up. You don't know the first thing about the made-up words, where they came from. Tell me where the term witch originate from. That's to keep you from embarking to find out what you're capable of, you dumb fuck. The original witches burnt to sell them. A couple of my relatives, they were melanated. They were the original people. All that story was fucking, that's the George Orwellian factor. But because you accept what the enemy gives out, I never seen anybody so willing to take the enemy's shit. And then call the people around you your enemies, who should benefit and matter. I don't care about the crayon color. That shit is bullshit. There's a reason why they did that to the pale skin brothers. I told you there's many of them who come from. See, this is where y'all embark on a different track. They say Ham, the progenitor of the dark races. When I tell you Shem, we have our pale skin brothers. There's a reason why there's a bunch of pale skins running around in Florida, Virginia, North Carolina, California. They got Negro and black. And they changed it to white like they dumbass, which is nothing but a status. But y'all have a hard time accepting this reality because you got a lot of people keep pushing religious doctrine. And don't know the first thing about theosophy or theosophical societies or anything based on so-called America, that this is not the name of the land. But you don't want to go back because you can't tap back into the truth of your reality of where you come from. That's why they do what they're doing, and now they're just poisoning everybody. But you're weak. You can't even overcome that because you haven't learned how to adapt. I'm going to keep reading, but I keep sharing a little tea. Take a little sip of tea. Apply it. Sit across from your relatives. It ain't got to be your loved one. It ain't got your loved ones. You don't have to be your wife, your girlfriend, or your boyfriend. Sit across from your brother, your sister, your children. Learn how to make eye-to-eye contact, to go deep, and to practice it. It is not a one-time thing. You might get scared because you might see that darkness and look like crumbling paper. That's the facades of what you actually see, and you don't know it. You have to go until you start seeing it's like pixels, light. It's hard doing it in the mirror. I like to do it at the lake. I used to go to the lake and bend over into the water, hands, I'm in swimming shorts, and just look into the lake. And then it looked like I fell into the water, and I'm actually still, I'm above the water. I've done this for so long, so I wouldn't guide you, tell you something else. And when you do that, you start looking and you start seeing deeper. And then you can start seeing the damage. What happens is there's a healing. Men stop sleeping with women because you want to get your Johnny wet. Women stop sleeping with men because you got a little itch. You got to have a scratch. Stop it. You're not ready to share that kind of energy. You break each other. Women, you need about 4 or 5 if you got a healthy one. But the testosterone level's so bad, I don't know, maybe right now 1 is what they were attempting to get you to, and that's where they got you. The problem is they really want us to stop birthing children, and yet we continue to. I would say just hold off a little bit. What, you want to bring a baby in this world to be evaporated? To not be able to hear what it's saying? And then you're going to probably do it because you're too lazy, you don't have good, strong sisters around you because there's so much hate and animosity and envy, that you go in the hospital and they'll flip, and the baby won't remember shit. And probably half the life it's supposed to live based on these times. Yes, you have family members, not all, but a lot. In order to live longer, they betrayed you. They would sacrifice you based upon ignorance. You think I'm gaming? Google, if you fucking Google masters. Look into the stories of certain families. What do you call it? Valedictorian and stuff like that. People who wanted the life. Some went as far as to take the maids and the maid chambers, the chamber helpers and all that, and murder them and bathe in their blood or even drink. The umbilical cord should never be removed. It should be able to fall off. That child will have an abundance of life beyond the scope of anything. And remember everything else that happened to his mother and father, and remember things that they don't remember. You think I'm kidding you? Y'all really don't know that. Y'all really don't know that much, do you? Anyway, I'm still working on those 2 PDFs. I'm waiting for that book. I actually bought that book on my own. When I get it, I'll show it with these 2. Again, blissfulness, appreciation. I hate saying bliss and blessed. That's some bad words. And Algonquin. Somebody said there is a book. I haven't looked at it. When I first was looking for the book, I had the PDF for a long time. I've had it in here for my days in college when I first downloaded it. You know what I'm saying? So somebody said there is a book, so I'll look into it. But it's Algonquin was in Europe. The original book came. I read it to y'all. It came out of Europe, so. And that's what it's named after, Algonquin Queen, if you want to use that narrative. In ancient times, there were no kings and queens. With the breakaway and the infighting and the wars, we made a lot of shit. And in making a lot of things that we weren't supposed to, a lot of dangers and troubles came with those things. Like I said, nuclear weapons aren't new. It's just that you're not in control of them. A lot of you are too dumb to know how to work a tech board and this, that, and all that else. I'm not being mean when I say dumb. You just don't fucking know, okay? If you knew the truth of the old world, some of you might take a stand. A lot of pale skins have no clue. They have been brought up into a world with so many lies that they're coming around. And that's why I love Paul Cook, and there's quite a few. And I love what they're doing because they're seeing that there's a lot of crap, a lot of lies. And they were right with us, y'all. So stop being stupid. There was no need for us to be sleeping with each other. Everybody had, and it was not about color, race, or ethnicity. It was just a beautiful thing. Everybody was who they were, even the albinos. You know what I'm saying? Everything was magnificent. It was everybody fit. But in that, and there are some outside influences. I don't care how you feel. You think these dumb sons of bitches could accomplish all this that they did? What is the relationship between, it didn't say the Jew and the Mongol, it didn't say the Jew and the Russian, it didn't say the Jew and the motherfucking Australian, it didn't say the Jew and Easter Island, it didn't say the Jew and the Spanish, it didn't say the Jew and the white man, it said the Jew and the Negro. Stop being fucking stupid. One's the real deal, the other's the fucking fraud. One's been hijacking and stealing and corrupting and only using weak motherfuckers, because every one of you got a talent. But until you circumvent that, you'll be stuck right where the fuck you at. You'll be dealing with your wants without seeking out any of your needs. Anyway, I appreciate everybody taking the time to listen. We're at an hour. All right? I'll see you all in a couple hours. We will be reading.